Can you imagine pulling all-nighters for 4+ years in a row just to pass your medical and clinical exams? Then you clock into a 12-hour shift after school in a hospital. Your first instinct when you get your lunch break is to message your nursing group chat. OMG, you guys won't believe who's in room 104. There's a famous celebrity. No medical details were given, though you did expose the patient's location. Someone screenshots it. Within 48 hours, administration ties that message back to you. You failed to comply with HIPAA. That's a federal violation. Just like that, your tuition and your time has vanished, along with your career goals. Now, as first-year nursing students, it's important to understand what HIPAA really is and the type of shield it is for patients and you yourself as a healthcare provider, which is just the strict legal framework that ensures privacy. Violating it overall does destroy your career depending on the severity of your intent, whether it was unintentional or deliberate. So today I'll be mentioning what HIPAA is, the most common violation, unintentional versus deliberate exposure, and the consequences that come when you do fail to comply with that. So unintentional and deliberate exposure can come from you walking alongside with your coworker after your shift. You guys go get some coffee and you guys just mention how impactful a patient's story was to you and the type of illness they had. You gave out medical details. That's you failing to comply with HIPAA. Now we're moving on to another way HIPAA is violated. You take out your phone mid-shift, take a picture, update your family group chat. Guys, I'm busy. In that picture, there's a patient behind you. You're unaware, you just sent that message quick to your family group chat to update them. Not only just because it's your family, you're safe, any message regarding you having your medical badge in a hospital setting and you're a provider, you're automatically considered violating that privacy. So HIPAA is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So not only do you have to take accountability for your actions, but it's also just the privacy itself. That's the main overarching purpose. To add, now with scammers and hacking systems, it's every day with AI and just technology improving, there's still many ways that little viruses can get intact into computers like that. There's this thing called phishing, which is scammers use really good emails to reach hospital settings and just get all the patient chart information out. And patient charts have addresses, personal names, social security, insurance information, and the main thing is their illness or what they're going through. So as someone that has to review emails, you have to stay on top of everything. Your job is to open emails. So how would you be able to distinguish what's coming from a scammer and what is actually an email from an authentic insurance company? So it may not be intentional. A lot of HIPAA violations don't come from malicious intent. It's just from everyday daily tasks that you just have already a set build routine. To add, things like that may accumulate and the severity of it does affect the price. One patient chart leak can range from $1,000 to then your credentials being revoked and suspended. So not only does that affect you as an individual, but then it moves to the company's reputation. The moment the company has that bad reputation, the company won't have good doctors. The company's collaborators with different insurances, people start backtracking since they know like you don't have a good reputation. People are not going to want to go somewhere where they don't feel safe. Imagine putting yourself in patient shoes outside of being the provider. You walk into a hospital setting. You don't want your doctors taking pictures and patient charts are behind you. You don't want doctors talking about your personal stories and you may have your family next to you. So it's just little things like that to keep in mind when considering HIPAA and being first-year nursing students in the medical field, especially since many students don't get the opportunity to actually work and enter in a healthcare setting till they're certified. So it's crucially important to do your research before really putting yourself out there and putting others around you at risk. Though money can always come back when you pay those $1,000, $3,000, depending how many charts you leak. But the cost is just the cost of the accountability just takes more courage to fix than the actual price. As I mentioned, it's so easy to just replace it with money, but that guilt will always stay with you. That's always going to be in the back of your mind. But sometimes it takes that to just realize the importance it is to just simply follow rules. Go to your job, clock in, and just make sure to stay on top of your things and just be that great doctor you'd like to have when you go to the healthcare setting. Thank you.